I recently visited Washington, D.C., and had the privilege to walk to the gates of the White House. Now, with the amount of security surrounding this building where the president resides, you would think that breaking into the White House would be damn near impossible. However, you'd be surprised what has happened in the past. In 2009, Virginia couple Tariq and Michelle Salahi waltzed into a White House state dinner held for India's Prime Minister Manmohan Singh without an invitation. They dressed the part and walked through multiple Secret Service checkpoints, shook hands with President Obama, and even took photos with the Vice President Joe Biden. And the craziest part is that they were never formally prosecuted because they insisted that they were invited and that this was all just a big misunderstanding. They were called in by the Department of Homeland Security for a hearing on how the Secret Service can improve their security. Apparently, the problem in the Secret Service protocol came with the first checkpoint that the Salahis came to. The officer at this checkpoint didn't see the Salahis' name on the list, but given the couple's insistence that they were invited, he let them through and just assumed that they would be found on another list at another checkpoint as they made their way into the White House. Unfortunately, they weren't caught before they made it to the president. Fortunately, they didn't have any ill intent in their minds. However, 5 years later, in 2014, Omar Gonzalez, a 42-year-old Army veteran, jumped the White House fence while carrying a knife. He made it all the way into the East Room of the White House before Secret Service agents tackled him. Later, Gonzalez told investigators that he wasn't trying to harm the president. He believed that the atmosphere was collapsing and that he needed to warn him personally. It later came out that the front door was unlocked and alarms had been muted because staff thought that they were too loud. The breach was so embarrassing that it forced the current Secret Service director at the time, Julia Pearson, to resign and triggered a full security overhaul of the White House Secret Service protocol. So it just goes to show that even the most secure house on earth isn't invincible. But anyway, guys, you let me know what you think in the comments.